What's up, y'all? It's the champ, Mizzy Miz, Cool Cat Connor, YouTube representing the Bizzers. If you like what you see, if you really like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and comment to the Cool Cat Connor channel. Thank you for subscribing to the champ. Enjoy the video.
Yeah, come look at this.
Keep that shit going! Keep it going! Oh, we'll see you next week! Yeah, we coming to town!
That's Rocky got beat by Apollo Creed. We can be Apollo Creed. But you know what? I'm going to ride with me, Mr. Jones. The Giants by 3, baby. Let's go, Giants. Let's go. Wow.
I like your score, but I'm going to reverse it. I got 27-24 visiting team. I'm on the Giants bandwagon. You know how much I love me some Jalen Hurts, but I do not love what happened to Jalen Hurts down the stretch. I believe if he had not gotten hurt, he would have won the MVP. At least he should have won the MVP if he hadn't gotten hurt. And it would have gone right to the wire. And I believe that you can't do it with stats, but just in overall impact on that franchise and that team this year, he was it to me. And now he's not it because he's lost his way a little bit because it sounds like the shoulder is still banged up. So he lost his rhythm. He lost his momentum. He lost a little bit of swag. He doesn't look quite the same. They don't look the same because the defense actually got exposed by my Dallas Cowboys. 40 points that we scored on them. We got some short fields thanks to 4 turnovers that they basically gave to us, but 4. But still, you gave up 4 deep points, 40 points.
Yeah.
They are vulnerable. They've had some key injuries. I don't know if Lane Johnson, I guess he's going to try to go, but I don't know how well he could play because as you keep pointing out, that's a tough one, man. That's a hard to fight through. And he's key to the protection here. And I just don't know if it's the oldest bromide or cliche in sports. It's not who you play, but when you play them.
Right.
Grammatically, it would be whom, but I don't like that word. It just sounds like you're being holier than thou to use that word. I don't like it. But not who you play, but when you play them. You're playing the Giants at the wrong time for you and because of them.
Right.
Because I'm not saying they're on fire, but Daniel Jones has shown you his maximum sort of peak ability.
Yes.
He's at the end of year 4. It took a while, but the little light bulb in the back of his psyche, it also went off.
Right.
Went on, I should say. But against the Colts, albeit against the Colts, he had a QBR of 97 like Dax on Monday night. Again, it's the Colts, but I'm just saying they needed this. Right. He needed this because...
I think that was on the road, too, wasn't it?
You know, I think it was at the Colts. Wasn't it?
I think it was.
Okay, but the key is what you brought up. He ran 11 times for 91 yards. What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a running back.
It is.
You know, okay. And he scored 2 touchdowns running along with 2 throwing. And then he turned it right around at Minnesota where they'd almost won the game on, what was it, Christmas Eve? Yeah, Christmas Eve. And he throws for 301 at Minnesota, but more important, he ran 17 times for 78 more yards. He's their running game
He
now.
almost doubled up Saquon because
He
I think
did.
Saquon had 9 rushes.
Okay, so he has found himself. He's got a legitimate head coach who is a quarterback whisperer who has made him feel comfortable being him. What can you do the best? Well, I can run with it pretty well.
Okay.
You're 6'5", 230-ish, I guess.
Well, we'll add some of those.
Okay.
We'll add some of those to the game plan.
Okay, well, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll encourage you. Maybe I'll pat you on the back and say, you know what? You're pretty good at this.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do it some more.
I don't blame Philly. You play who's on your schedule. They didn't. It wasn't up to them. It was up to the NFL schedule makers. But here's the reality: they didn't play anybody any good, and that might be more of an indictment on the NFC overall as a conference that it's not as good as the AFC, and it's not a knock on them for picking the schedule. But the Philadelphia Eagles haven't played anybody good. The New York Giants right now in the moment are far better than they were when they got blown out a month and a half ago. And obviously they didn't play their starters in week 18. So what you have here is what we call in the business a paper tiger. Arr, nothing behind it. That's all it is. And I feel bad for you people in Philly because you're dropping like $1,500 for a ticket and you're going to go home upset.
Oh.
And, I just ask you to be careful when you're throwing those punches, not to get hurt. Because it's going to be a long night in Philadelphia. It is. You're a good team that has beaten trash cans all year long, and you cannot argue against that.
I think Daniel Jones is in a better position to win this game than Jalen Hurts is for a lot of reasons. One, Daniel Jones is peaking right now. We've seen it the last few weeks of the regular season, and obviously he dominated against Minnesota. He's got a very strong run game. We talk about Philly being fifth. Well, guess what? The Giants are fourth, and Saquon Barkley looked really good last week. He unlimited amount of carries. Daniel Jones adds to that. He rushed for 700 yards and 7 touchdowns during the season, 70 last week. They got a defense that is opportunistic and was a pain in the ass of the Eagles at the end of the regular season. When you go look at the Eagles, they sat out last week. They had a bye. Great. They got a little bit healthy. It is what it is. Jalen Hurts has been hurt for almost a month now. A lot of people are speculating that shoulder injury is a lot more than just a little AC joint sprain. He hasn't been overly consistent the last 3 or 4 weeks. And his last time in the postseason against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a year ago, he played like crap. Terrible. 1 touchdown, 53% completion percentage, 2 interceptions. He looked overmatched for the moment. Now, maybe he'll be better this year, but I could argue, and I am arguing, Daniel Jones is better prepared for this moment than Jalen Hurts is, despite how great Jalen Hurts was all season.
You're going to hear a lot this week about the narrative that it is hard for a team to beat another team 3 times in 1 year. Basically, sweep the regular season series, face that same team in the postseason, and then beat that team again. Statistically, though, that's not entirely true. In fact, when a team faces a team for a 3rd time after beating them twice in the regular season, they are 15-8 in those games. Despite this, though, don't panic, Giant fans, because if anything, you're actually getting the Philadelphia Eagles at the right time. That's why they have a chance on Saturday night, not necessarily if this is the 3rd matchup between these 2 teams. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're a little rusty. The Philadelphia Eagles are certainly banged up. Jalen Hurts, he's expected to play, but is he going to be 100%? You can make the same comment about Lane Johnson, A.J. Brown, Miles Sanders. They dealt with injuries the final couple weeks of the season. They fought through them, but again, they are not 100%. The Giants are absolutely at a talent disadvantage here against the Eagles. They're going on the road again, and the link is certain to be a hostile environment. But when you talk about rust, when the Giants are red hot, when you talk about injuries, when the Giants are among the more healthy teams in the playoffs right now, well, maybe, just maybe, the Giants have a chance to keep this magical season going and pull the upset in Philadelphia.